comunal. Miren cómo quedó. Wow. Wow. Mira esto. Wow. Esto es una calle del centro comunal. Mira ese árbol gigante que cayó ahí. Wow.
G'day peeps, welcome to Heart Talks. Today I am having a little bit of a different show than I usually have. Two of my friends from Facebook, Lymarie Taboas and Preet Kaur, are my friends who have experienced Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. And I wanted to have them on the show so that we could talk to two people who actually experienced this devastation and get some just pure experience and the emotions that you've experienced. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I want to say that while that hurricane was happening, Delia was posting everything she could post to keep us aware of what you guys were going through. I so appreciate all of her efforts. And it was a little nerve-wracking to sit and wait because we were fully aware you didn't have power or internet, and it would be a little while before you would be able to get in touch with us. And I was so relieved when I did hear from you. So thank you, for keeping us, getting back online and letting us know that you're okay. I've got to say that in all of the posts that Delia posted, what I got, the impression I got the most was how devastated the island was.
Yes, certainly.
But also what really got to my heart was the community efforts and the smiles that were on the Puerto Rican's face in the center of that devastation. And that's why I wanted to do this show, because I see such heroes, such courage, and the love of the people there and their ability to manage with a smile on their face through this. I have never experienced any kind of devastation like you girls have. And it just, I mean, I cried every day watching those posts. Just, you know, on one side of the coin, it was devastation. And on the other side of the coin, it was just pure love. Yes. And that's what I wanted to talk about today, was how you guys have managed through this, and how you're doing now. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yes. Well, it was a difficult experience, and still is. We are not through yet. Maria is still with us here, in the sense of people still feeling the terrible devastation that caused this hurricane. And to this day, there are people who don't have water or electricity, internet, some basics, necessities. We are the lucky ones. I say, Lymarie and I, the area that we live, that within 2 months, I think, a month and a half, yes, we were restored of the electricity and the water and some other things.
And here in Arecibo, we are leaving the town of Arecibo. Here in Arecibo, not all communities have power or water, or they are having troubles with the communications, no internet. It's very difficult today. We are, like Preet said, we are the lucky ones that we have in a month or month and a half power and water and the internet and communications.
And still, even though we have those basic necessities right now,
all the time.
Sometimes, like today, for example, we don't have water.
Yes.
In our homes today. Some days they take it off. It happens more with the water. Yes. It could be a day and a half. We never know how long it's going to be. So we're always in the prepare mode.
Exactly.
That's what's happening here for all of us.
Right.
I always have tons of gallons of water. I'm exaggerating now. No, tons of gallons of water secured. I have all my, if the lights goes off, I have my flashlights, candles, whatever. Everybody is in that kind of mentality of survival, securing things. People are also not, I am doing it, and she's also, when we go to the supermarket, we buy small things that last them for 2-3 days, and those 4 days, because we never know if the electricity is going to go and ruin everything that we have in the refrigerator. That's what happened to both of us.
Yes.
We lost over $200 or more of food.
Yes.
And so we don't want that to happen again.
Right. Were you like prepared before the storm came? Before the storm came, did you have water? Did you have food, thinking that you might lose your power? Were you prepared in that way?
Well, yes. We prepared, but we didn't know.
We didn't realize how.
Well, yes, we didn't realize how devastating this hurricane specifically was. We prepared as all the another years in the past, because we live in an island who is constantly hit by hurricanes, but not at this magnitude. This hurricane was so devastating. In more than 100 years, we never seen something like that.
Yes. Yeah, everybody, a whole island prepared for the hurricanes. We were advised. And some people got, get prepared better than others. And, but as Lymarie said, we were not
concerned about.
We thought, my God, we had lived through all the hurricanes. But this really was a smack on the face when we, oh my God. The only thing is that we all knew that our electric systems, all the services here are very fragile. We knew that. And we knew that we're going to be without electricity, but we didn't realize it was going to be this long.
Right.
So I found myself, in the day 2 days after the hurricane, for myself, Lymarie, you can tell your experience.
Okay.
I emotionally and psychologically, I was in shock. I slept for 2 days after the hurricane. I was in bed for 2 days, and feeling the effects. Because you have the physical effects of, you see the wings and the rain, but this also energetic effects of the hurricane. And see, both of us are very empath and we are very sensitive.
Right.
We got that into our nervous system. We felt that.
Yes.
And so it took me 2 days to clear it out and starting to feel emotionally better, back to myself.
Right.
But you want to share something about your experience?
My experience was similar as Preet felt. I think this hurricane came to clean up all the energy. All the energy was all the negative energy in this environment.
Yeah.
Not only the physical environment, but the energy environment and us. So we are in the process of transmutation.
Yeah.
This hurricane, ¿cómo se dice? Nos introdujo.
Got inside of us.
Yes.
Go inside.
Yes, exactly.
Made us look inside.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not only us individually, but also the whole island is going through a big transformation. People are really looking at their lives and seeing the priorities and saying, hey, as you said, touch so many hearts. People are still crying, and sometimes I am crying sometimes when I see pictures of what had happened, and especially the 3 days after, I took a drive around my hometown, Arecibo, and I was like, oh my God, this is happening here. I never seen anything like that. All the so much debris and garbage everywhere. But at the same time, people helping each other. They didn't wait for the government to come and give a hand. Yeah. Communities got together and helped each other. Yes. And we see that all over the island. The part of the island that was mostly strongly devastated was the center part of the island, where there's a lot of the mountain area and people who live in very secluded areas. And it passes almost a week before the government could reach them to give them water. Wow. They had to, the army came and the FEMA with helicopters to get to those mountainous areas.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in your view, in your eyes, they were getting help? Did you feel like you were getting help, or did you feel like you were being left out?
Well, I think we were left out. Not me and Lymarie personally. When we looked at other people, friends of ours, and other people who, the whole island, we get all the images. I say, wow, they are not being taken care. Right. It was slow response from the government and from the American authorities like military, FEMA, and others that came to help. It was very slow and not well organized. I saw the pictures. We didn't have internet or TV for months. So what I'm saying is all what I could get and Lymarie could get was the radio.
Yes,
that's the way.
One station
only for those who had TV. I didn't have TV. There was only one TV, one channel.
Radio station, only one.
Yeah, and then a radio and TV were very limited.
Yes.
And so all the information that we were getting was through those two channels. And then later on, we start seeing pictures of what was going on. I said, oh my God, this is really bad.
And when we were without communication, telephone.
Yeah, we couldn't call to each other
for 2.5 weeks.
Yes.
Wow.
No telephone.
No telephone at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know, we say all these things, and many people complain, "Oh, I don't have water, I don't have this," you know, all the things. And I started thinking, oh boy, this is the way that people in Africa and other parts of the world live every day. That's their everyday life.
Yes.
That's life for them.
Yes.
And here we're taking those things away, and we are like, oh, cringing,
and many people left
the island.
They left the island because of this. Some people they had a reason because the medical attention, but many people left the island because they don't have internet or they don't have water or electricity.
Yeah, they chose to go, and that's their prerogative. That's okay. You know, that's what they decided to do. Lymarie and I, we decided to stay
and make history.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think this is a blessed in disguise. A blessed in disguise, because this hurricane took off all the things that can be a distraction for us to see the meaning of the life. So we go to the basic.
Yeah.
And we
appreciate things more now.
Yes.
Because we were left for so many weeks and months without having all these things that we think they are so important and precious, and we cannot live without them. So it was telling us, hey, you can live a simple life. You can live without these things.
And it's better. we can share with other people more because we are not distracted with the technology.
See, that's exactly true, because I have, for the most part, usually every summer I spend 2 or 3 months living outdoors to get myself back to the basics, back to communication with the forest, and I'm always better afterwards. It is a little hard to adjust at first, but living outdoors, living in the basic ways, I believe is more natural than what we're doing.
That's right. Yeah.
But on the other side of that coin, I'm so grateful for technology because of exactly.
I agree with you too. Yes. Technology, like anything else, is the way how you use it. You know, the purposes and your intentions. So, Lymarie and I use the technology in a positive way, and so because we do a lot of we do often things with the technology, phone, and
it's a balance. We have to keep in balance.
Yeah.
Using the technology only when you have to use it, but in other ways you can still living naturally. You can be connected with the nature, because nature is the only thing can bring us the heal, the love, and the connection for everything.
Right. And I actually believe that as we, continue to raise our vibrations, our communications, well, already our communications are more telepathic.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Okay. And what a perfect way in the face of devastation that we start using that even more.
Yes. It's a great opportunity, Maria. Bring us. Yes.
Yes.
Going back to how the community activated itself and started to help each other, you see that everywhere, and different. For example, I have been doing that. I am a member of the board of trustees of my local co-op here in Arecibo, and we put our sources together, and we identify in the area of Arecibo who needed, assistance, and we've been giving them food and water, and if we went, I've been myself to those communities and asked them, what do you need? What can I get you? And we have purchased from TVs to Pampers to anything, and the ones communities that were hurting the most, which we already help here, are the senior citizens and people who live in homes. Yeah. They are really feeling the struggling, and also we went to orphanage also. That they lost everything, the orphanage, and we brought what they needed. We made a big list and we bought it. Yesterday I was there at one of the orphanage, bringing the what they asked us to, what they needed. So it's happening. It's not only me and Lymarie helping, giving a hand. It's everyone is trying to do their best, and it's their best, but also they had brought also the other side, the ugly, negative part of the human being, and we've seen that from day one, and that's there too. There's always the polarity, and it was mostly at the beginning of the hurricane. People, a lot of looting and breaking in stores and houses, and even the government also. We saw that all the shipments were coming, loads, and they would hide things or they would give it to the needy. It goes, trickle downs. It go from all levels. We've seen that, and we have criticized very strongly the government for slow response, and second, for not immediately giving the attention and bring what they bring to the communities, what they need. And then we had the American government coming, all these different senators, and even the president was here, President Trump.
Yes.
And I was not very happy with what he did, but it was
right?
You know about that. It was an insult.
Yes.
I have many. I lived in the United States for over 40 years, and I have many beautiful American friends. And I know they are not like that, because I've seen and I live with them and I know their heart. And when I saw that, it was so sad how they treating us. They think that we're second-class citizens and we have no value. And but then I've been in touch with so many friends that have been calling me from all over the United States, and how can I help you? Tell me. They even asked me to pay my way to go back with them. Now offer me their house. You can stay here as long as you want. And I said, no, I'm going to stay here. I want to stay here. If in the future, I know I'll call you, but right now I'm staying here. But they did send me care packages. Oh. And I appreciate that. Although sometimes with the care packages, I have to wait 2-3 weeks because the mail is slow too to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's, many people are getting help from the outside, from friends and family from United States and other parts of the world, because at the beginning there was a shortage of food, shortage of water, batteries, you name it. There was shortage of everything. Right. And so I had a friend who sent me batteries and some food from, it took longer than usually a package should be getting here, but I got it. Yeah.
I was talking with Lymarie earlier, and I brought up because there's so many aspects to rebuilding, and one of them is, what do you do with all the debris? With all the broken homes and broken trees, I can't even imagine where you begin with that kind of a cleanup project.
Yeah, it's a big cleanup, and they're doing it. I seen I have walk around or drive around my hometown and other towns in the area nearby, and it's picking up slowly the cleanup and the reconstruction. Sometimes I think people were impatient to do. A lot of impatience and discontent, and that's what brought up people up. I keep telling you, just be patient. Be patient. This is something else that we need to learn. Patience. Puerto Ricans by nature are very fired, and we have this energy, you know, that we can take the world. And so that's in a positive, that's positive trait, and if you use in a good way. But sometimes that make us feel, people make feel impatient about when things are coming, why I'm not getting this. A lot of whys and when,
because we are not used to it.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and with this amount of time passed, how do you see the transition moving forward? How are you seeing people who are still without power and water? How are they doing? What, I mean, are they just getting water and food from their friends from other areas, or how are they dealing it? Like with our friend Marie, how
Marife.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, many people have power plants. Others have help for the neighbors. Like Marife don't have power plants. Marife still with power. She has water, but she don't have electricity. Mm. So she deals with the gas. Estufa de gas. Gas stove. She did with battery lanterns.
Yeah.
Candles.
Camping.
You know,
yeah. Most
like
people, that's what they're doing.
She received foods from friends, neighbors, and she brought food from the market. Many people are dealing with this way, but many people took it with patience, resignated. Others are impatient. Oh, when? And others are functionally with power plants.
Yeah.
Power plants.
And what about the children? I mean, kids who have now experienced this, you know, and I'm speaking to you girls as empaths and healers, because that was the other reason why I wanted you girls on here, because you have a perspective through heart and through energy, and you have a little bit more universal understanding of stuff. What do you think the impact on the kids is going to be?
Wow. Well, children are also, I know parents, friends of mine, was very difficult for them to explain what happened, and when they see everything, the children also felt the impact. They feel that when they see things, they are used to have all this stuff, and all of a sudden it's being cut off from them. So they're also suffering like we are. I think even more, because some of these children are used to that, to the technology, and have everything right there for them, and the foods that they want and everything.
Yes.
But all depends on the parent, how the parent directs that energy for a child. And I know parents who have taken the children with them to the communities and say, let's help this out. You know, they're being an example for their children and how you can help others in amidst all this devastation and destruction, there's still hope.
Yeah.
And I think that's many parents are doing that. They are just telling the children, hey, let's go out into the community, let's help out. And the children are going back to school too. That's something else. The schools were closed for so many months, and the parents pushed for the schools to be open because the children were home.
Yes.
And practically doing nothing. And so now they are back home, back to school, I'm sorry. And that's also very good because they have the teachers, they have other children to talk about their experiences, and they have counselors there to help them go through whatever emotional, mental situations they encounter. It's good to talk to the children. So that's what I advise everybody. Don't hide from them what's going on. Show them. They understand. Especially these new children are being born. This new generation of children that has that
code,
the genetic code, that chip inside of them. That their DNA is different, and they really. I think they are the ones who are helping the parents to cope.
Yes, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's especially the orphanage that I visited, the girls. There's only 14 girls there, but they're being taken care of by nuns. And I met the nuns I didn't see the girls. I saw pictures. Not pictures of the area that was the destruction. We cannot see picture of the girls. It's not you say
Available.
it's not that I was saying available. It's not because they are children. You cannot.
You have to protect them.
That's right. The protect.
Yes.
So, but we saw the quarters they were living, everything destroyed. And the nun shows pictures also. And these nuns are really helping these kids to cope and to understand. And one thing is answer all their questions. They have many questions of how this has happened, why this has happened. And also it's a teachable moment. Some schools are using this to teach about geography, about math, science, geography. They're using that as I am a Montessori teacher.
That's what I'm thinking.
I am a Montessori teacher. I taught in a private school, Montessori schools in Princeton, New Jersey for 20 years.
Wow.
And I saw that as a moment of teaching the children when I get back into my classroom with songs and with everything, all the resources that I have to teach them and answer all their questions. Because when I was teaching, I never hide anything from the children. They come to me these questions and I answer to their level too. And I know a Montessori is Amig, a friend of ours, a yoga student of mine, who her child is 5 years old. He is in a Montessori school. I recommend her to put him in there. And I said, what are they doing for the children? Because I knew how Montessori works. And she said, he comes home with this, they're doing drawings and different projects to show, to support the children emotionally and all that. And the children who lost, campaigns to help the children who lost houses or need help in any way also. Yeah.
Wow. Let's take a small
break. Did I answer that question? I don't know. I just
yes. It just as I had said, I want this to be your experience because we can read all kinds of news stories and TV things, but you're never sure exactly if they're being truthful or real about it, and that's why I wanted to have you girls on here.
And let me interject something here. My friends from the United States, when they call, they say, "Oh, we see all these things in the news, all these pictures and all these reports." And I say, "What are you leaking? What are they showing you? What do you see?" And what they shown is the worst of happening here. They don't show what's the good things that are happening. That's why they are concerned about me, because, hey, you're living in those conditions. This is what happening there. It's dangerous for you. They say you should come here. You're in danger. And I said, no, that's not what it is. That's not my reality. It's not Lymarie's reality.
Exactly.
And these reporters go to the. They just go to the
world.
worst. Yes, there is bad things happening. Yes. There is destruction and people with nothing. But that's not. There is the other point. That's the other part. People working to get things get done, lifting, and also helping the environment as well, because we lost so many trees.
Right.
The ecosystem was, oh my God. So
nature recovers
so fast. It was amazing how a tree in front of my house now is all full bloom again, all the green, beautiful. You've seen that, beautiful. It's better. They are so funny. People expressing whatever, everything that's happening.
Yeah,
there is
so
a
many of
meme
the
for it.
videos
And also,
that Delia had posted were people singing in the streets, singing while they're cooking, singing.
oh yes, yeah.
So much music and singing, and that was so impressive to me. Music is like love, it's like healing, and it's a gift, and to see people, get out there and be that, it was just so impressive. Again, I either had tears of sadness or tears of complete joy to see the beauty and the smiles on everybody's faces, just like you two girls. You have the most beautiful smiles. You are so lit up, and it's just beautiful to see, and encouraging, and I feel like with the that you and so many of the Puerto Ricans have, that those who are really still in most devastation, there's probably a little bit of hope.
Yes.
Because they can see you guys moving forward, finding a way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sheila, something else I'd like to mention is that I'm a Kundalini Yoga teacher, and my yoga teacher, Yogi Bhajan, always have taught us about survival skills, different things to, when things get bad, and so I immediately start using those survival skills, yogic, in the yogic way. And one of them, of course, is the music through mantra, chanting mantras. That's something that helped me a lot, and I know Lymarie too.
Mm-hmm.
And also yoga poses to help you relax and calm, keep your mind focused, and meditation that help us to go through all these sad times, those difficult times. And my yoga students wrote me, when are we starting yoga class again? We need it. This is what I need. We had to stop for so many weeks because the place that I was using for my classes I couldn't use anymore. Maria it was not available anymore. So one of the students comes to me and say, we need the classes. I want my classes. Come to my house. And she offered her house, and we did for about a month. In her backyard, we'd have classes there, and everybody came. And then now we have a more permanent, secure space. But they recognized that they needed something for anchoring them, for keep them internally secure and focused, and also the yoga community that was, a help for them, to all of us come together and share our experiences and meditate together and chant together. That's also helped them.
And help the environment, because we raise the vibration in the environment, and it keeps keeping and keeping forward.
Yes, absolutely.
So we continue with our classes, and with the help of God, we're going to keep up with the classes, and it's not only me here in Arecibo. There is a large yogic community in San Juan and other towns, and these yogis are teaching and reaching out to people.
Even from India. From
India?
India, with the golden temple.
Oh, well, that's another story.
Okay.
A friend. I'm a Sikh. It's an Indian religion, and when my American friends, Sikhs, yogis, heard about what was going on here, we believe in the power of prayer, and so they placed my name in different prayer groups and gurdwaras, and they call me and say that. I say, hey, don't only include me. You have to include. I want you to be there, my yoga students, my hometown, the whole island. Them, for God's sake, include everybody. It's not about me. It's not only me. So they included the whole island in what we call the gurdwaras. It's a temple, Sikh temples, that is always prayer and chanting happening. And the main one of those temples is in Amritsar, India, which last year I visited for a month and a half.
Right.
And a friend of mine was able to get our names, Puerto Rico, my yoga students, and me, into that prayer part of the Indian Golden Temple. And that's such a blessing, to be included in that, and second, I felt so honored, and I know those prayers helped each one of us. It helped tremendously.
Yeah.
And tell your story about Guru Ramdas.
Yes. Okay. Well, I have two stories. I will do my best with my English to tell the story. I talked with Preet that before Hurricane Maria came, I had this dream. I had a dream who warned me what's about to happen. And I told Preet that I saw a big tower rising up, and these Hindu deities coming out from this tower. I talk about this with Preet, and I interpret that we can, with the tower means we have to do changes. The tower means we have to do changes, but we're gonna be helped by these deities
gods,
of God.
Yeah.
Right?
And which one you saw? Did you see any in particular?
Well, Hanuman.
¿Cómo se llama la otra?
Shiva.
Durga or Kali?
Yes. Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. I saw everyone, but Hindu.
Yeah.
God deities, Hindu.
From the Hindu mythology.
From the Hindu mythology.
Wow.
But this was before Preet told me that we are in the Golden Temple of India.
So what we're saying is that the Golden Temple is a tower of light, and there's the story about Krishna. Also, you saw Krishna too, we all together. You know, this is a line of masters. And the Golden Temple, even though it's Sikh, from the Sikh tradition, we have also Krishna also with us too.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it was so amazing to when she told me that, and then tell about the Guru
Yes.
Ramdas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gonna with Guru Ramdas now. The story of with Guru Ramdas. Guru Ramdas was is a master.
Yeah, a Sikh yogic master.
Yes.
Yeah, is the fourth. There's 10 masters, a golden chain of masters, and he's the fourth, and he's the one who built the Golden Temple. And he's the teacher of Yogi Bhajan, and now therefore, since we have the lineage, so he's ours. He's the master of Kundalini Yoga, the patron saint of Kundalini Yoga. So we do a lot of chanting and singing and remembering and honor of Guru Ramdas in our yoga classes. And so Lymarie have an affection for
Guru Ramdas.
Devotions to him.
Okay.
To Guru Ramdas.
Yes. I want her to introduce Guru Ramdas,
Yes.
so you can understand when I said, "This is
Guru Ramdas."
Yes.
Okay. Preet told me or teach us that Guru Ramdas is the Lord of miracles, right? The Lord of miracles. So when we have 13 days without any electric power or water
at her house,
in my house,
yeah.
yes, I remember of Guru Ramdas.
Yes.
And mentally, I prayed to him, please, Guru Ramdas, help us, bring us electricity or water or both if you want. And I will promise you to do a meditation for 40 days. At the third day, I made this prayer. Electricity and water came. So I am chanting and doing meditation for Guru Ramdas as I promised.
Wow. And so no wonder you girls did not leave the island. It's so clear that you girls had a big part to do with your prayers and meditations to help the people on the island. And I'm sure that you know a lot of people whose mission or purpose was to stay there.
Exactly.
Yeah. And thank you for that. While others needed to leave, there were those who needed to stay, and it's all good.
Exactly.
All is in God's plan.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How do you see the reconstruction? How do you see that when everything starts getting back up to the new normal? What do you see? Do you see people going back to old habits? Do you see people gaining new strengths, new habits?
I see new strength, new habits. Yeah. And again, it's all a matter of people's consciousness and where they are now. And hopefully with this, Maria was a kick in the butt for many people to wake up and wake up and smell the roses, smell the coffee, you know, how it says, to grow. But there are others that probably won't get the message, and that's okay too. Everybody's at their own level of growth and consciousness.
Right.
But hopefully, the majority, many of us, hopefully, will make that jump, that leap, and know that that they are not alone, and also we have to make them make sure that they know that can be done, because some people feel stuck and feel I don't think I can go on. I don't think I cannot move forward. How am I going to do this? But we need to give them, some kind of, strength and boost, help them through. And I think what we're doing is one way of doing that.
Right.
And there are other ways. I'm not saying that what we're doing is the only thing.
Right.
There are many things that can be done. But for sure, Maria created a lot. Mental health it was poor before Maria. Now mental health is there's been a lot of suicides in the island.
Yes.
And because people are so desperate, loss of work, loss of houses. There are many small businesses that closed, and that means people out with no work.
Right.
And also big industries like tourism, the hotels. Some of them are not going to be open till January or even March. So lots of people are with no work, and that creates, of course, people
anxiety, depression. Yes.
And we know by our experience that yoga and meditation and all these things help out.
Right.
And we want to reach as many as we can to say, hey, there is hope, or there's these tools that we can provide you to help. And that's what we're trying to do. Something else that happened here is really Maria clear out make the difference between poor and rich.
Yes.
People thought they had this image about the Puerto Ricans themselves, things that we were a first world country when in reality we're a third world country. And people have these images and ideas all in their mind that what the reality here. So they're waking up to a new reality of what Puerto Rico is. But at the same time, I want them to wake up to the new reality of what we can become.
Right.
What we can become, and we can walk together.
Yes.
We can do it together. And it doesn't matter if whatever religion you are, what your thoughts are, what your political background is. It doesn't matter. We're all in the same boat. We need to make this place better than it was before. Or have a visual image of where we want to go. People didn't know where they wanted it to go. I think most of Puerto Ricans were lost, like going here and there, because we've been a colony for 100 and some years of the United States, and we have that colonized mentality yet. Mm-hmm. And some people are breaking away from that. And one way that we've seen that is how many people are talking more about Puerto Rico, about their experience, showing out their flags, and feeling proud of being a Puerto Rican and being born in this land. And I know I am. And I'm getting it. And I have flags of Puerto Rico. Lymarie knows when this is my house. I have flags everywhere. There's one here and there, and which was not the reality for Puerto Rico in the 40s, 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Right.
You could go to jail for 10 years if you display the flag anywhere in your home or outside.
Oh, geez.
So did you know that? I mean, this is, so people are waking up to that too. That own it, to their flag, own their roots and their history, their traditions. I'm getting emotional.
Yeah. Yes.
You'll go.
Yes. When we hear a song about Puerto Rico, we can be in joy and tears in our eyes, because this is a part of us. We are regaining.
Yeah.
We are reconnecting
with our roots.
Yes, with our roots.
Yeah.
And this is a great opportunity. This devastation this hurricane bring us. This is why, and other many more, is the blessed of disguise. It's a blessing of this in disguise. It's a great opportunity, and we are grateful. I am grateful, and many of my friends like Preet and others are grateful. Many things, because Maria brought us many changes. Took off the
mask.
The mask. Took off the mask.
Right.
We are seeing the things are as they are, not as they
we thought they were.
Thought they were.
Yeah, it's this
Right.
imagery that we had, and something that's as my political consciousness. I know this for many years. I was very active in college with politics. It's nothing that Maria, awakened me to all of a sudden. But I've seen it now from other people, and what if to me is just reinforce it more, make it more strong, and say, hey, I was in the right track. I am in the right track.
Right.
Yes, there is many blessing. We can be write 3 pages or more telling about things that we are in gratitude with Maria.
Yes.
So beside the devastation, beside we are without power, electric power and water, communication, beside all of that. But this is necessary, because you have to take off all the things to embrace the new. Yes.
Yeah. One thing that we've been saying here is, we don't, here in Puerto Rico with electricity, we call it, I don't have the light, there's no light in my home.
We are inner
light. But what we say now is changing. The people are more spiritual minded. They say, hey, no, the electricity, you don't have electricity, but your light, you have it. You have the light within you. The light has always is there, and it's always gonna be there. It's been there all along. That inner light that who Puerto Ricans are, that big bright light, our heart that makes us so bright.
Yes.
Yeah, because we're people of a heart.
Yeah.
We are the people of love. I mean, our chakra. People in Puerto Rico here has a huge heart chakra, and we were talking about this before, that we are good-natured people, and we like to help, and politically, that's what had happened to us. We have been taken over and over again.
Yes.
They fool us. They had been fooling us. It's because our good nature, because our nobility, and they take advantage of us. I'm talking about the whole island in the political sense.
Right.
The governors, the United States, the government, the politicians, even the clergy also.
Yes.
And it's being a lot of mental abuse and emotional abuse inflicted in the whole island. And people are waking up to that.
Yes.
Of, hey, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore.
That's why I said Maria took off the mask.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, girls, I'm telling you, I'm going to be so proud of this show, because, I felt like I was sitting over here being helpless, that there wasn't, I wasn't sure what I could do. And when Lymarie contacted me again, I'm like, well, now I know what I can do. Maybe we can make a show that will show the truth and show experience and the emotion, and a gift of hope for those who have lost theirs, and can regain it by seeing your beautiful faces and your hopeful voices. And I wish for Puerto Rico to be a better and more beautiful and an example of, because we know there's going to be other hurricanes, other devastations, you know, all the time. California's on fire right now. Earthquakes.
So many earthquakes happening all over. Yeah.
Yes. And it is just, you know, we always say, don't be scared, be prepared.
Exactly.
So thank you for joining us. From our hearts to yours, namaste.
Namaste. Sat Nam.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And I love you girls so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.